Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another episode of Literally Anything. Today we are going to be making a baby gate for the hallway in our house. Um, First things first, I want to say, whenever you're doing any form of woodworking or anything like that, make sure you always wear your safety glasses and other safety apparel if you need to. So basically what we do starting out is we will measure out the lengths of the board that we need and then cut everything to length. I'm building this baby gate out of 2x3s. It's just some lumber that I had laying around the house. You always want to make sure when you're using power tools too that you hold onto your workpiece and hold onto your work tool real tight, because I've had them saws kick out on me before. And basically what I'm doing here, drilling what's called pilot holes. And as you drill these holes, this keeps the wood from splitting when you run screws into it. So if you're going to be doing any form of woodworking, I highly encourage you to get in the habit of drilling pilot holes, because it'll save you a lot of headache in the long run. And this baby gate's going to consist of 3 separate pieces. 2 side pieces, which is what I'm building right here. They will be identical. And then the gate itself, which will sit in between those and be on a set of hinges. Basically what I'm doing here is I've already got the board itself marked out. And when you see me look up underneath, I'm just getting the other board in between the lines that I've got marked. That way everything's equally spaced across there. As far as cosmetic, and it has functionality too. It'll keep the kids from getting their head stuck in between the rungs on the gate. And that's the first piece completed. And then I'm starting on the second piece. When I do these projects, what you guys see is just basically highlights of what I've done. I'll work on them a little bit, usually every day if I have time. It depends on what all's going on. But if I don't have time, I might miss a couple days where I don't get to work on it. But usually I'll have anywhere from an hour to 2 to 3 hours worth of video that I go through and edit down, just to save you guys some time, because I know you don't want to sit here and watch a extremely boring video for 3 hours long. This lumber that I used had been setting out for a while too. It was pretty weathered and it was pretty warped up, kind of bowed, but this is a temporary gate. I'll be building a better, more functional gate later on after we get the new floor put down in our house. And that's part number 2 completed. So basically where this gate's going is between the kitchen and the living room. We've got this little hallway, and it keeps the boys from blundering out in the kitchen where they don't need to be. For whatever reason, they think they need to be in the kitchen instead of the living room. I just used basic L brackets to mount this to the wall. Um, they're made out of galvanized steel. They have 4 screws. 2 screws go to the gate itself, and then 2 screws will screw to the wall. And I used an L bracket on each side of it. And then after I got everything mounted up, I went through and ran 1 screw into the floor just to stabilize everything up. You see me drilling pilot holes again. I drill pilot holes for literally everything. If it gets a screw in it, I drill a pilot hole before I put a screw in it. And here I'm getting the hinges set for the gate itself. I made the gate 1 inch shorter than the other 2. That way you don't have to worry about it rubbing on the floor as it opens and closes. Our house is extremely old, and the floor isn't perfectly level throughout the house. So I just went ahead and got rid of that headache before it even started. Here I'm putting the latch on the top. Chose to put it on the top that way we could reach it, but then the boys wouldn't be able to reach up there and grab a hold of it and play with it. You know, make sure you get in a habit too when you're working on projects like this. If you got kids around or something like that, keep your stuff cleaned up. It's kind of a pain in the butt to clean up while you're working, but it makes it a lot easier in the long run. And there we go. That's the completed product. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.